Good morning, Asa. I set my videos to come out at 11:59 a.m., so this is morning. So I'm going to talk about lost media today. Lost media is pretty much what it says on the tin. It's the idea that old TV show or like TV clip or cartoon or commercial or it just doesn't exist in its original full-length form. Some of them are like at the point where it's like just some people are like, hey, I remember this thing, and other people are like, I remember it too. And some of it's just like, we have highlight clips like Super Bowl II. We have a highlight reel of Super Bowl II. There is no known full game recording of the second Super Bowl. If you're anyone over the age of me and Asa, you're probably laughing like, yes, Levi, this is how the world works. This is just how stuff is. And I do get that. But the gut reaction monkey brain in me says, I can Google everything. It's all on YouTube. What do you mean you can just lose a football game or part of Sesame Street? Looking at lost media of the past makes me start to think like, what's going to be the future of lost media, right? What are we going to be in our twilight years thinking about and going, wow, I wonder if that YouTube video or that Cartoon Network show can be found anywhere. It's stored online now. Almost everything is stored online somewhere, which I think has pros and cons. The pro is that because it's on the internet, it's like a shared network, right? So it's easier to find stuff. It's easier to copy stuff. You have so much more to look through, right? We're not digging through basements trying to find old magnetic tapes. We can be Googling through internet archives. But I think the converse of that too is that it's a lot easier to destroy stuff, and it's a lot easier to think you don't have the only copy. So like if YouTube shuts down, will anyone care to copy it over? The second is definitely where it comes with like non-important things, because there's a lot more media. We have more storage, but there's more media. So do you store like every single YouTube video? Does Oh Brother get canonized into some future internet archive when it's like 15 views per video? Why would it? Why would you waste space on that? And then bouncing off of that point, so much of lost media is based on this like the sense of like a collective memory of like one person says, hey, does anyone know where a clip like this exists, this is what I remember about it, and other people say, oh, I remember that, and then someone's like, I think it was from this show, blah blah blah. You bounce off and you work your way to it. But what happens when it's like, I remember this one YouTuber with 10,000 subs, and then, I would argue that very few people search for lost media. So it'd be like, oh, okay, we have a group of like 10 people. Do you think one of those other 10 people is also going to watch the same small YouTuber 50 years ago and remember it? Because now it's not so much like TV and like the radio, right? So humanity has always lost media, right? There's like the Bronze Age collapse where like we pretty much forgot how to do civilization for a while. There's the Library of Alexandria that just burned down, right? Like we're no strangers to losing a bunch of really cool media that we wish we didn't lose. But it's interesting to think, will the internet and digital storage change that as it gets cheaper to buy like big hard drives and SSDs and server rooms? Will we bother to save it? Will we just make more data? In the past, we've upped like paper production and print production, but that didn't lead to a increase of copies of the same amount of books. We made more books. Will we just keep making more and more things to fill our storage capacity to the point that it doesn't matter if we have nearly infinite storage because we make nearly infinite media and can't save it all? And then more importantly, would it even matter if we saved everything? Because we've always lost stuff. It's always turned out okay. And I would argue that, for every single piece of lost media that captures the internet's imagination, there's untold millions of lost media that are just gone because we didn't need them anymore. They served their purpose and then floated into whatever idea ether exists out there. Anyway, so this has been Thoughts on Lost Media. I hope you have a good Thursday, and I'll see you on Friday.